Local historian, academic, teacher and writer Neil Sinclair grew up in Loudon Square. Neil, what do you make of today's events and Gabay as a process?
Well, as you put it that way, I'm not sure, I'll be quite frank, because it's a mystery to the local inhabitants. The core of the old community isn't present, and that may be because of the way it's advertised, or it's been created in disconnect, so to speak. I love festivals. Gabay was a living festival in its primary days, and in my youth. I wasn't born in Loudon Square. I was born on Francis Street, which was just one street away from it, and this was the core of the old community. And anytime there's a congregation, which is typical of the past in Gabay, and we're getting that less and less in life today. The background of the area has completely changed. What was once, I was born in a beautiful community, architecturally speaking, as well as in terms of community, and it's been devastated by, I would say, quite frankly, municipal vandalism. And whereas we had Victorian, Georgian and Edwardian architecture to grace us, we now have lackluster council estate architecture, mismatched architecture at the best. Even the latest architectural contributions are a disaster from my perspective. So it depresses me, but people always make a place wonderful and make you excited. And so the event itself, possibly, which is just beginning, will be something to remember. But frankly, I don't know what to make of it, to be quite frank, and to say, since you worded your question the way you did, I don't know what to make of it, to be honest.
We're standing outside the paddle steamer, now a cafe, previously a public house, and I suppose on a site where there were a number of public houses, places of entertainment where in the past people would gather to celebrate events. Can you give us a little bit of a flavour of what a celebration would have been like in Loudon Square before the bulldozers came in the late 60s?
Oh, from that days, well, it wouldn't just be Loudon Square. There weren't any pubs in Loudon Square to begin with. Loudon Square was a beautiful park, so it was it was the heart of Gabay, and it was a place for congregation. But we would have annual carnivals, where we parade through the streets, and on the site of the paddle steamer, which was a pub, which was part of the council estate, which was imposed on the old community. But originally, this was an open space because in World War II, the Luftwaffe happened to bomb this corner of Loudon Square. But annually, around October, the Gypsy Fair would come to here, and it would bring a lot of glamour, a lot of bright lights, a lot of colour and flash dash to the area with rides and what have you. So this corner was specifically special to the local inhabitants. But going back in history, when there were houses here before the paddle steamer, one of the earliest mosques was here, even before the one on Peel Street, which was the oldest in Wales, in the back room of one of the houses right here on this site. So this has always been a sort of special Muslim site, if you will, originally. And then with the demolition came the paddle steamer, which was then a place of drinking. And so it was quite a watering hole during the annual Gabay Carnival, which we seem no longer to be in possession of in the 21st century. So, what can I say?
Well, thank you very much indeed for those reminiscences. It's really important, I think, for us today to get the perspective from someone who's lived through those